Hello and welcome to another update video about DOT. DOT is in an interesting area. So in this overall support area, we are watching for a reversal. So that doesn't mean the reversal will happen. I'm not telling you the correction is over. I'm not telling you the C wave of the Z wave we're tracking is over. We need to keep an open mind down here. I can only tell you that we have fulfilled minimum expectations for this move to the downside. And we're basically watching if this is a reversal or not. I don't believe it at this stage, okay? But what I can tell you is that we are in this larger support area, which should end this entire ending diagonal, which started basically in February, okay? So for me, that's an ending diagonal. Primarily, we're tracking a bullish scenario. I explained in the last video also the long-term outlook. Overall here on the DOT chart, we are first of all looking at this move down as a WXYXZ pattern. That has to be like that because it is an ending diagonal, and in this ending diagonal each of the subwaves, and the wave 5 is a subwave, has again corrective subdivisions. So it basically, you count it best as a WXYXZ correction, and the Z wave is an ABC. And yeah, surely, it could still extend lower, and maybe it's even a WXY. We'll see that. But for now, that is how I would count this. It would really take a break to the upside of this trend line. We have a descending trend line that's coming down here. 3 to 4 touch points, quite well defined, okay? It takes a break above the trend line to really have, I would say, first strong evidence that some kind of a low has been established. But even if we see that, I mean, the price would still be within this broader price channel. So essentially, the next task for the bulls will then be to break out of the price channel. And then we have targets of around $5.75 and $7. Yeah, so basically these are just resistances that need to be taken out. And essentially a very, very important one is this wave 4 high, which is at around $7.90. The high that was made in February. So again, I can only repeat what I said in the last videos, that we have everything we need to the downside. It doesn't need to come down any lower. It's in the support area that is defined by Fibonacci levels. And ultimately, I can just say, yeah, it would be ideal for it to turn around here. I don't believe it yet, and I want to see evidence first, like a 5-wave move up and a 3-wave move down. Until then, it is worth to be extremely skeptical in a market like that. We all know that when markets, when the crypto market goes, it goes very quickly. DOT today, obviously we had the fake news event about the Bitcoin ETF. Some coins did move up quite a bit. DOT didn't do much. So let's zoom out a bit and just take a look at the critical support levels. So there is going to be some structural support here around the $3.60 level. Down to $3.46. That's actually a Fibonacci extension level. And if we break below these levels, then it can take the price quite quickly down to $2.93, which is another very relevant Fibonacci extension level. Below that, we've got $1.59. I mean, I hope it won't get there. But I just don't have that view that the low is already in. Again, it could be. I don't have a crystal ball, right? So as an analyst, you have to wait for some evidence. This just looks like a 3-wave move up so far, and I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to the downside. We might even be able to draw another trend line here. No, not yet. No, that's not valid. But we have this dotted line, which is very relevant anyway. But DOT might go there and test it. If it does that, it wouldn't necessarily be, bullish. It would just simply be something that is done before here in this X wave, another X wave. You get these corrective rallies here on the DOT chart, but they are not really bullish. Anything else? Well, let's take a look at the indicators, because they have been very oversold. We talked about that, right? And therefore we shouldn't be surprised if there is a rally that DOT will join it. I mean, the daily MACD is basically just before breaking to getting a bullish cross basically. Now that's not necessarily bullish, but it's obviously a bullish indicator. The price always needs to confirm that. I mean, we had a bullish MACD here as well in September, and the price just continued to move sideways. It was just a corrective rally. So don't overestimate that. Also here, interestingly, on the daily RSI, we have bullish divergences that have kept building since August. So there is something to watch, certainly lower prices, but higher lows on the RSI. However, still in the bearish range and still below the moving average. Now, I don't really focus on that moving average, but that's sort of what I'm watching. We have a potential trend line on the RSI on the daily. That might be worth watching. If we break above that trend line, it might be bullish. It might go really bullish. We haven't broken above that trend line, well, for a while. It's in place basically since January. And sometimes, you know, these breakouts of RSI, sometimes I see it straight away. I mean, I haven't got one here, but sometimes these breakouts of a trend line that, here, they can be very bullish. Here, for example, we had a similar situation that was here in 2021. You can see how this trend line was respected. When the price broke above that trend line, that was really the signal it would go. Yeah. Here again, a great piece of evidence why overbought conditions on the RSI on the daily are just useless, because you would have exited just way too early. But yeah, we have a similar situation here again, where we are still comfortably below that trend line. Yeah, but it might, you know, we might have a very, very similar situation on the daily RSI here. Not broken, you know, we're not even close, but it could certainly go on for a bit. But we'll see if that breaks. You know, that could be it. That'll be interesting. Now again, it's not, you know, it's not clear evidence or anything. It's not anything that's too predictive, but it's just an additional indication that might be worth watching. So yeah, that's my update about DOT. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.